after mile of factories, dormitories, apartment blocks, and new office towers line the tracks for the 1-hour train journey between Shenzhen and Guangzhou. Here, just across the border from Hong Kong, began Communist China's great experiment in capitalism. Now, 30 years into this transformation, the map of world trade has been redrawn, and in global manufacturing, the benchmark price, the lowest you can pay to get something made, has become known as the China price. From the outside of these hundreds of thousands of factories, it's hard to tell how this success has been achieved, and even harder to tell at what cost. Over the past 3 decades, 200 million people have moved from tiny towns in the Chinese countryside to big cities on its coasts. 40 million of them ended up along this strip in southern China. They live 12 to a room in dormitories and work in factories for 11, 12, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Many are still teenagers living hundreds of miles away from their families. They make our clothes, our computers, our cell phones. Life in these factories is a struggle for survival. Western companies come to China to save money, and they pressure their Chinese suppliers for lower and lower prices. Chinese factories do whatever it takes to keep their customers happy. Sometimes it means lying to their customers. Other times it means farming out work to unregistered shadow factories that cut corners on quality, safety, and labor rights. This kind of deception is so common today that we have no guarantee where and how many of the goods we buy are actually made. The pursuit of ever lower prices also has a human cost. More than a dozen people die every day from a devastating lung disease commonly known as black lung or silicosis. Hundreds of thousands of people in China are now dying every year from the health effects of environmental pollution, much of it caused by the country's manufacturing sector. In parts of China, there is only acid rain. Residents there know no other kind. All of this can be directly linked back to our hunger for the best bargain, for the $3 t-shirt, the $30 DVD player. This area north of Hong Kong is changing fast. Factories are closing down by the thousands, unable to provide the same low prices as wages and other costs start to rise. The story doesn't end there, though. Though they're closing in southern China, these factories will reopen in another country eager to become part of the global supply chain. There's no shortage of poor, hungry farmers who'd like to make cell phones for the rest of the world.